doing now is...
Right, so for the other frame,
finish welding round here.
you've now boxed in where your shop mounts are. You've moved them out.
They're in them are virtually as what they are on original.
Yes.
And the thing is, with the swinging arm that's going in it, it's longer than a standard one.
Yes.
So it gives you that movement to put the shocky
Where it needs to go.
back. So the angle, I've tried it.
So you've now finished also the back here.
Yeah, that's welded up and cleaned
So
up.
welded up.
Yeah.
I've
I've just got to finish off round here. I've welded all that up there.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better. Oh, you put this little tab
Well,
on.
I've gassed them on there. What I've got to do now is come down here with the electric. So it gives that there.
A bracing, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's going to be more of a custom placid bike than.
Yeah. Oh, you've also added these as well.
Yeah, I've put some strengtheners in. I thought
some braces here.
Yeah. I thought it looks.
Yeah, on there.
See, I welded that. I mean, them have all been ground and linished in.
Yeah. So these have been welded, but they still need a bit more work.
They're all in, and even the bar that I cut in.
It's spot on.
Yeah. I've got to go round them.
Yes.
But if they pull they're not going to pull.
No.
They're on rubbers. They're not going.
No.
They're actually wheel nuts.
Wheel nuts, yeah.
The only reason I put them on there is because I don't want to bash the ends of the threads in when I'm moving it around.
Yeah. And have you done any more work on this big old...
Well, I told you the day. Steve, have I not told you?
Go on.
He's gonna... You know Steve from Blackpool?
Yes.
Mr. Foster.
Steve from Blackpool, yeah.
Not Dr. Foster from Gloucester.
No.
Steve Foster from...
I've met him, but I've never been to his house.
Well, he rung me the other day, or a few days ago.
This is Steve with loads of Z-Thou parts in his shed.
It's the one who's kindly lent me the TIG welder.
Okay, good.
And I was telling him, and I just said I'll have to try and get it painted and black. I don't know what Dave's gonna charge for blasting it, but he'll probably want 100 quid, 80, 100 quid to blast it.
Yeah.
So Steve says he knows somewhere in Cleveland that will powder coat it, blast it, and do everything. 100 quid.
That's good. Are they any good though? Not that it matters. I mean.
Well, Steve's had loads of stuff done by him.
So he knows they're okay.
Very good. He knows them.
Right.
He said they do a very good job.
Right. So
now,
are you going to take it to him, or?
Well, and I said, well, I can't afford it at the minute. I've not got the money. And he says, don't worry about that. I'll pick it up, get it done.
Oh, well, that's good of him to come and pick him up, because getting that in the car, in your little car, could be a bit of a tricky.
Because he's driving around all the time.
All right, okay.
And he's on call here, there, and everywhere.
All right, he'll pop
the next time
in.
he's passing.
Okay. Oh, has he got a van, has he?
He's got the firm's van.
Okay, well.
Firm's fuel. So.
Oh, it's very handy to know the right people.
The person who employs him isn't going to watch this video.
No, I very much doubt it. I very much doubt it. Anyway.
That'd be bloody ironic, wouldn't it?
No, it's unlikely. But that's good news then, good news. In fact, while you're doing it, you might as well get these two finished really quickly and get them do them as well.
No,
but that might be asking a bit too much.
To be honest, what I'm trying to do with these is get them to looking like a good project.
Yes.
Where someone then can say, oh, I like that. I can paint it whatever I want. I can put whatever lights on it I want.
Yeah, you probably do with just painting it with some...
Les come to me and I said, do you know what? And he said, he said, you'll shout at Lee. I said, no, I won't.
What, at me or at him?
I said, do you know what I want? That I want look nice on this? With that Kawa, with the traditional. There's 2 megas on each side.
I've just given...
He says, I don't believe it. Lee's just given Chris 2.
I have. And you made them. Well, you made part of them.
I'm not...
You made the...
I saw they've got the ends on. But what I was thinking here is just like...
They're a bit... Yeah, they're a bit small. They're a bit small. The ones that I gave are a bit small.
You know, like the Mad Max?
Yeah.
A system very similar to that, so you've got one there and one there.
Yeah.
That'd sound absolutely awesome.
I have got a fully system that will fit on that. It's a bit rusty though. That's why I've not. In fact, I should bring it because it's bloody... The downpipes are rusted to the collector and I can't get them separated. I think it needs a bit of heat, you know. And it's a right pain because you can't move it around very easily because it's so bloody big.
We've got some heat.
Yes, we have got some. Well, you've got some heat, yeah. So that's something I need to do. But you can have that if you want because it's sitting in the corner of my garage.
We'll discuss that at a later date.
It's a...
I'm trying to get rid of things.
Yeah. Well, so am I.
Well, we've got to go and have a look in the car.
Yeah, well, I'll bring it out. But in the meantime, you can put the kettle on.
Yeah.
Since it's almost 3 o'clock.
You've seen this with the Z650? You know.
No. You were still... God. I have. Well, you were faffing about with this back end.
But this now, I've kicked it up. And
yeah. I have seen this one. No, I've seen this one with the separate seat section that
I thought,
to sort of bolt
because
on.
I think the Z650 is the most.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what I've got to do now is trim that.
Yeah, because you've moved that. It doesn't fit anymore.
Well, I can cut a curve out of that to clear the shocky.
Yeah.
So that is somewhere. That is pretty much. It'll go down a bit lower yet.
Yeah. You're miles off it.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to do is I can bolt something on here, thread it, and put the rubbers in, and then.
Well, that rear lamp and the rear bracketry you made last week, is that for this or is that for this one? Is that for that one or that one? I can't remember.
That one.
Right. Okay.
But what I'd like to do this. And I know,
the same.
No, I know you're going to say, ugh.
Oh well.
Fit the original Z650 Lite.
I've got one at home. I've got a spare one at home.
I've got one here.
Oh, good. Mine's a bit rusty though. I've got loads of stuff for 650s.
This one, I don't know how good this one is. But
does it work? Check it works first.
It probably works, but it's got a crack in the lens.
Oh yeah.
But what I'm thinking now, you see that fiberglass seat unit, I can fiberglass a mount up here.
I've got a complete
and then that, I think one of them just sat in.
Well, not my idea of a nice headlamp, but I have got.
No, I quite like that.
Okay, well I've got one at home. I've got the whole back end.
But that one's a bit. Well, it wants a new lens because it's
but no point. I think I've got a better one at home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can have that. Yeah, it's sitting in a box of spares from a Z650.
Yeah. But I quite like. I'm trying to keep
old school.
Some older, but with that's going to be more of a street fighter guy.
Yeah. Well, you kicked
this, I want to keep it looking.
Yeah.
You know.
So tell me again, which tank is this going to have? This is going to have the.
This has got the Z750.
The twin tank.
Yeah.
With all the big dents in it. Yeah.
I thought you'd seen it.
I have.
With
that was weeks ago.
Oh.
Difficult to keep up with you.
It's all done now. The only thing they like to say, I've got to make the coils will bolt. I've got to make a bracket here to bent metal. But the tank mount, that's on now.
All right. Okay. Good.
So I can bolt a tank bracket there, and the seat somehow, however fit the seat, I can make sort of a hook. And have it come tucking in and have say something bolted at the back. Somehow, I don't know. But
well, the one I did was
there's always options to.
They actually had
to do it.
Two bolts at the front, and I had a hook at the back, which is enough. But you can have a hook at the front and one at the back. Whatever.
I mean, on there now you can bolt. You can.
Well, you can if you can access.
Use this to bolt a box.
If you can access the underside, that's a problem. Once you put all this stuff in, you might not be able to get in there.
Well, what you might be able to do.
It depends how you
come in from the side.
Yeah. Well, on my particular project, you couldn't get beneath it at the back, so I did a tongue.
In fact, once they're all clean and polished, most of them you won't see.
You won't see, yeah. And then the shocks in a way as well, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Have you seen? Oh, you've seen the shocks, haven't you?
Well, I probably have seen. Are these the shocks that I gave you about 5 years ago? That were spare. The YSS shocks.
I knocked the rubbers out.
Oh no.
650 shocks.
Right.
You know the ones that you give to that chap?
Oh, not them.
Them?
Well, they're horrible. They're a cheap Chinese £50.
Well, it's all I've got.
Okay, but they're not exactly.
I mean, don't get. I could use
I thought you've got the ones I gave you.
No, the donor. What ones?
The YSS ones. Yeah. They don't have a separate reservoir. The chrome ones.
I don't know about, have I?
Oh, sure.
So them will be about that angle.
What length are they?
There. Well, when I put the swinging arm on, I can make the brackets.
Oh, you can make the bracket to fit. Okay.
To fit.
Okay.
Welded to it.
Yeah.
And I worked it out that they'll be about that angle.
Okay.
Which will look. I think they're smart then.
Well, yeah, but everyone knows that it's cheap.
But
they're like knockoff Ollins, but
the thing is,
they're all right for keeping the wheel off the ground, but that's about it.
Well,
anyway.
What was the Unitrack frame?
Right, so these are the forks with your one-off yokes.
Well, they're Kawasaki, but I'm not sure. I'm sure the 600, ZXR6 or something like that. I'm sure.
I'm sure they're not
the 46s.
Are they?
Yeah.
You surprised me. Anyway, so there's a front end that's going to go on the Unitrack, is it?
Yeah. No, on the. Well, I'm not sure yet.
You're not sure yet, but these are the yokes you made some time ago.
Yeah, they were going to go on the thingy because I bored them out to sit a big headstock.
Yeah.
And if you put them on any of them frames now, there's a fair gap there.
Yes.
But I think if you got two lugs and you put something on the frame like a lock stop above, I don't think it's too.
No, look okay. There.
Them?
Yeah.
No, they're what I've made. I've got.
No, you did, but I'm sure they used to be mine. You sold them me, and I sold them you back. I'm sure. I was going to use them on the 1170, but in the end I changed my mind.
Well, they're going on that steel.
I know
they've got steel on them there.
Yeah, I know.
Weld the box off.
I know.
And then brace on it. And
yeah.
Now that's a 20. I've got a 25 and 20.
Mm-hmm.
The only trouble is now, I can that is the swinging arm for that other.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got the ZX12 wheel. That's a ZZR12.
Yes.
And it's a 20mm spindle.
Right.
And it's about 10mm narrower than the ZX12.
Oh dear.
So I'm trying to put it all together without modifying.
Yeah, yeah. Use what you've got.
But the swinging arm was only 18 quid.
Yeah, that's a bargain, isn't it?
There is a ZX12 one on eBay, but they want £55, I think, for it.
Still cheap, isn't it?
Still cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, the only way I can get the wheel in is start making a different caliper.
Oh.
And I thought for 50, if I can get 50 quid to get the swinging arm,
mm-hmm.
it might be
It'll
easier
save you a
putting
lot
that in.
Yeah, it'll save you a lot of grief.
And then all the ZX12 stuff will just go straight in.
Yes, yes.
You know, spindle, everything. I've got the spindle.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Oh no, that's a ZZR12 spindle.
Okay. That
I bought before I realised. But I've got the, that's a ZX12 spindle.
Okay.
Bit tatty at the ends, but and the nut. But
well, you're building.
Maybe you could get that plated or get a nylock one.
Yeah.
Fancy one.
Well, if someone's buying a sort of project, you can't expect everything to be perfect.
No. I mean, I know we fitted a wide wheel in Drew's,
mm-hmm.
and the sprocket carrier, that's a ZX12 one.
Yeah.
What we did is take the studs out and we machined.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
To get it in line,
yes.
but that had to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas on this project, I can put the wide switch. It doesn't
matter.
It's going, you know. And the last thing I want to do is start trying to undo them, and
you get problems. Yeah.
Well, one could snap, and then you got to drill the bastard. Oh,
yeah.
You could end up opening a can of worms.
A world of hurt.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So,
right. So, on that note, then we'll leave it here for now, and we'll come back another day.
Done it.
Yeah, been there, done it. Bought the t-shirt. Mm-hmm. I got it all wrong.
Yeah.
Right, anyway,
they were just two bits of alley that I thought might come in handy for
something.
The footrest plates.
Yeah. Right, excellent. And there's a side stand to come back to you, chrome one.
I honestly don't know what that's off.
Oh, no idea.
No idea.
It's off a motorbike.
Well, it's
probably a Kawasaki,
it's
but
we two-wheel motorbike.
Yeah, right. Okay. On that note, we'll end it here, and we'll come back in a week or so, and hopefully, just pop in here again where it's a bit lighter. We'll see both these vehicles, both these frames rather.
I'm going to try and get them finished welding, and then I can start. The only thing what I've got to do is put the swinging arm in, and I've got to weld some strips across there because I want to get some stainless. Yeah. But I don't know how far to come down, so I need the swinging arm in and wet and the wheel with a tyre, you know, so you're not going to
interfere with
it's not going to interfere with it
with the movement of the swing arm or the chain. Yeah.
And you don't want to weld the strip in here and have the stainless coming right down.
No.
Flapping if
it's usually about halfway down. It's usually about.
You don't mind if it comes over an inch or two.
Yeah.
But you know you don't want it coming.
Okie doke.
I'd say
about level with that, I would say.
Yeah. Don't know, your chain's got to come through. Depends where the wheel.
Well, you can always shape it a little bit if need be.
I can set it up.
Yeah.
And work it out.
Anyway, as I say, on that note, we'll end it here, and I'll come back in a week or two, and hopefully we'll see this welding whatever finished. And
well,
this one
I'll have the welding
also
done,
finished. And what's that bag there? We'll leave for another day. And that's it.
Right.